Neopixel is one of the hot lightsaber technologies of 2018. It's arguably one of the most disruptive innovations, that's really taken off in 2018 for lightsabers. But how is this affecting lightsaber blade plugs? So how is this affecting the existing static blade plug market? So these new neopixel lightsabers, you guys, use a special neopixel lightsaber blade, and you can't really use kind of these standard blade plugs anymore, these static ones. They won't illuminate because the light source for neopixel lightsabers is contained within the blade. That means if you want a blade plug that illuminates, you need to have some lights contained, within the blade plug. So it's very different from what we have, with these existing static lightsaber blade plugs. So how do you think this technology will affect the lightsaber blade plug market? It seems like we're already seeing it affect the market a little bit. So there was an Etsy seller named Sith Bunny that made some very popular blade plugs. They're sort of like rotary style, a lot of them. And they're really cool looking. I've never had any myself, but I always thought they looked pretty cool. But this company has stopped making blade plugs. This is pretty recent. I think it's been within the last few months, and they've shifted gears. And they said that the reason why is just because with the neopixel lightsaber technology, more people are gravitating towards, neopixel blade plugs, or that's where the demand is shifting. What do you guys think about this? What do you think is the future of these static lightsaber blade plugs like the ones shown here? I mean, they are certainly cheaper. So a lot of these blade plugs, it's pretty common for static blade plugs to be priced between maybe like $5, $10. Some of them are more like 20 or 25. But that, covers a lot of these static blade plugs. These new neopixel blade plugs are more expensive, because they need to have a light source in them. And so, there's certainly that difference. Also, some blade plugs, let me just move that around. Some blade plugs are intended more to complete the look of the hilt. So like this is blade plug Dominoes, but this blade plug is intended for like a Darth Vader style lightsaber hilt. And when you'd install it in the hilt, it just kind of helps complete the look of the saber. And, you may or may not need to illuminate it. Some people want, blade plug like this just to make the saber look cooler. So that's definitely, good use for some of these static blade plugs, especially with certain designs that are intended to match specific hilts. But I don't know. It will be interesting to see how disruptive the neopixel technology is to things like blade plugs, but also just to the lightsaber market in general. We have lots of other new things coming. Certainly Profi board is a very disruptive technology, and it looks like Disney has some type of new patent related to extendable lightsaber blades. I have to research more into that, but we have some exciting new technologies coming out, in next few months, next years, and it's just always fun to watch that. So feel free to comment below. What do you think about kind of the static lightsaber blade plug market, and how is it affected by neopixel?